Hey Eric, okay, we're gonna try this video with the screenshot. So here is Hot Tub's page, and then Paul is gonna take over from here.
All right. So right now we have this thing with 3 columns, and we're going to reduce it down to 2, and it's going to be very similar. We're going to have a nice big picture and then a button below, and we're dividing it all up between. There's 2 types of spas. Some you just sit in and soak, and other ones are you could actually swim in, almost like a treadmill. So it's going to be soak and swim. Those are going to be the 2 things right here. And that's basically going to be the exact same thing of what we're going to have in here when we get to the models page. It's just going to be the same thing, like a really big, nice graphic of a swim spa and a really, nice one of a soak spa, and maybe some text, whatever, just something that looks kind of nice to divide this page in 2. What's going to get interesting is once you click on one of those 2 things, you're going to get to the page that's like the what do you call it that we just did, the
like Pinterest, kind of.
Yeah, the dry erase board thing that we drew. So yeah, that's what he wants. Is he really likes the way Pinterest is laid out. See how, I'm sure you've seen Pinterest before, but it's not a perfect grid of images. Like this one is way elongated, and this one's almost a square. So it's basically it's organized chaos. It's like the aspect ratios of all the images are different, but it's still in a grid, and that's kind of the thing that the client is looking for. He really likes that idea. So it's not going to be a bunch of squared actually I noticed it over here. So this is actually all one image, but you see how it's like each image within that image is like the same exact ratio and the same shape and everything. He doesn't want that. He wants it sort of all over the place like this. So that will be basically we need 2, one for the soak page and one for the swim spas page. And Lori's gonna get you the images like in a folder. One will be swim spa, one will be soak. And we have there's these overhead pictures, and if you click on them, I think it has more of these overhead pictures. He doesn't want that. What he really wants is pictures of people using the hot tub. So stuff like this. Oh, I gotta open the TIFF to see it. That'll take forever. So this would be like a perfect example of something he'd want on the soak spa page. So people
using them, not just like stock photos.
Yeah, well, no, these are stock photos.
Well,
but people with smiles on their faces, having fun. So I know in when we talked about it in the dry erase board video, it was kind of like half of it is going to be this, and then the other half of the page will basically be what's here now on these model pages. Obviously the spacing and everything will change to accommodate things. So I'm thinking right now we have like a whole paragraph of text. We'll probably reduce that down to like 1 sentence, make these smaller. So basically the page is split between this and something like this, combining those 2 things. But how you do that's going to be up to you. You're the designer. You have the good eye for that. It doesn't literally need to be split like down the middle. I know one of the things Lori showed you is also almost like a triangle diagonal shape where half of Pinterest looking pictures and then half of this stuff here. However you want to do that, we trust you. We know that you have the eye for that. We don't. So whatever you think is best. And even if you want to do like a couple very basic wireframe type versions to show us, maybe we can collaborate that way too. Or if you're like, I know the perfect way to do this, have at it. I don't want you to do a position where you spend hours and hours on a mock-up and then the client is like, oh, I guess I don't really like that as much as I thought I did. So I don't know if you want to do like a couple different versions of some very basic stuff, and then once you get to, A-OK to go with it, then do like a full-on mock-up. That might be a better way to go.
Yeah, that sounds good for sure.
So I don't know if this is clear and understand or not, because it's so complicated to try and describe some of these things. I think Lori and I would be happy to do a voice call over Slack if you need that.
Yeah.
And if there's any other questions you have, Slack or email, however you want to chat, just let us know. But it may be very confusing, but I'm sure eventually we'll be able to explain it correctly.
Yeah, totally. And then, like you said, if you want to do like the wireframe type deals, wireframe, that's what it's called.
I think, yeah.
So, work on that. And then in the meantime, I'm going to start compiling all the photos for you so that I have them separated into swim and soak so that when we get to that point, then I can give you the correct photos for each of those. So, all right. Thanks, Eric. If you have questions, let us know.
Cool.
Have a good day.